Nigeria's Haruna Quadri, his hope of actually clinching his first trophy in the year 2025, suffered a big blow in a straight-set defeat to Japanese sensation Tomokazu Harimoto in the semi-finals of the World Table Tennis Star Contender in Doha at the weekend. Mike, Haruna Quadri is giving his best, but his best was cut short at the semi-final by Japanese.
Yeah, I think it was quite disappointing one for Haruna Quadri despite his impressive start. His first game out there, he actually lost the first set and bounced back secondly, the second and third quarter of the game to ensure that he wins that very one. In second game, did pretty well as well. Coming up against this Japanese, a high-ranked player, a player that he has also met in the past and has also defeated him. I believe this Japanese, went to prepare extra harder for Haruna Quadri because knowing fully where he was, more like a familiar foe out there. So I think it was a quite disappointing one for Haruna Quadri in his bid to at least kickstart the season on a very fine note. But despite that, he still remained, the best player that Africa has to have ever produced in this kind of competition. That have gotten to, I think, the quarter-final of this very competition. So I think he fought gallantly, just that his effort wasn't good enough.
Gallant effort coming from Haruna Quadri at the semi-final of the World Table Tennis Championship, but it wasn't good enough to progress to the final. And give it to him. Haruna Quadri is the only African male to have gotten to this stage, the quarter-final stage of the World Table Tennis Contender in Doha. Mike, this is getting interesting. In the past, we've talked about having an understudy. I won't say a replacement now. An understudy for Haruna Quadri. Are we making effort in this direction?
It's a very difficult question to answer here because I've actually been watching out for this very one to see who is actually understudying Haruna Quadri in case he bows out of the big stage. Who is that next man that can be able to fit into his shoe? I think I have not seen any, and I do not think that the Nigerian Tennis Federation has made provision for a capable hand that is going to understudy Haruna Quadri so that he can be able to take up the baton of leadership from him when he retires. I think for me it's quite frustrating, disappointing. It clearly tells you that there is no succession process in terms of our sport development, because if we have any succession plans, I think by now we should be able to have at least two players that will be more like a prodigy to Haruna Quadri to understudy his game plan, how he does his thing, so that when he leaves, they can possibly fit into that shoe. So for me, I think we don't have any who is understudying Haruna Quadri for now.